Have you ever wondered how the brain might influence our understanding of gender identity? Well, it's a fascinating topic, and recent research has begun to shed some light on it. This exploration delves into the neurobiological aspects of gender identity, specifically focusing on a part of the brain known as the bed nucleus of the stria terminalis, or BSTc, and the role of certain neurons within it that express a peptide called somatostatin. Dive with me into the intriguing findings of this study. The study we're exploring today suggests a fascinating link between brain structure and gender identity. This research delves into the neurobiological aspects of gender identity, focusing specifically on the bed nucleus of the stria terminalis, commonly known as the BSTc, and the role of somatostatin-expressing neurons. Why the BSTc, you might wonder? Well, it's been a subject of interest in studies related to gender identity and sexual orientation for quite some time. This study suggests that the number of somatostatin-expressing neurons in the BSTc may be associated with gender identity. The research found a noticeable difference in the number of these neurons between men and women. Men had roughly twice as many somatostatin-expressing neurons as women. But here's where it gets really intriguing. When it came to transsexual individuals, the number of these neurons seemed to align more with their gender identity than their biological sex. Let's illustrate this with an example. In male-to-female transsexuals, the number of somatostatin neurons in the BSTc was similar to that of cisgender females. And conversely, a female-to-male transsexual had a neuron number within the male range. This suggests that brain structure might play a role in the experience of gender. But what about hormone treatment, a common part of many transgender individuals' journeys? Does it influence these neuron numbers? Well, the study suggests that hormone treatment or variations in sex hormone levels during adulthood did not appear to significantly influence the number of somatostatin neurons in the BSTc. This implies that these neuron numbers may be established earlier in development. These findings support the idea that in transsexual individuals, sexual differentiation of the brain and genitals may go in opposite directions. This contributes to the concept of a neurobiological basis for gender identity. But remember, research in this field is complex. Individual experiences of gender identity are influenced by a mix of biological, psychological, and social factors. This study is a valuable contribution to the ongoing exploration of the biological basis of gender identity, but it's just one piece of a much larger puzzle. Science continues to evolve, and more research is needed to gain a comprehensive understanding of the complexities of gender identity. Interestingly, the study found no significant influence of hormone treatment on the number of somatostatin neurons in the BSTc. Yes, you heard it right. Despite the widespread use of hormone therapy in the transgender community, these treatments don't appear to alter the number of these particular neurons in the BSTc region of the brain. This finding is significant because it challenges some common assumptions about the role of hormones in gender identity. It suggests that our brain structure, specifically the number of somatostatin-expressing neurons in the BSTc, could be more influential in shaping our gender identity than hormone levels during adulthood. The study also presented another fascinating discovery. It seems that in transsexual individuals, the sexual differentiation of the brain and genitals may not always align. In other words, the brain's structure and the body's physical form can sometimes reflect different genders. This divergence supports the concept of a neurobiological basis for gender identity, implying that our understanding of gender should extend beyond the binary and embrace the complexity of human biology. However, as intriguing as these findings are, we must approach them with a balanced perspective. The realm of gender identity is intricate, influenced by a myriad of biological, psychological, and social factors. While this study contributes to our understanding, it's just one piece in a vast, multifaceted puzzle. It's clear that the study offers valuable insights, but we must remember the complexity of gender identity. For sure, this study is an important piece of a much larger puzzle. Gender identity, like many aspects of our human experience, is complex and multifaceted. It doesn't reside in one neuron, or even one region of the brain, but is influenced by a combination of biological, psychological, and social factors. This study, shedding light on the role of the bed nucleus of the stria terminalis and somatostatin-expressing neurons, contributes significantly to our understanding of the biological basis of gender identity. It takes us a step closer to appreciating the intricacies of our neurobiology and how it interplays with our sense of self. While we now have a better understanding of how our brain structure might influence our experience of gender, it's essential to remember that this is just one element in a much larger picture. Additional research is needed to further explore these complexities. As we continue to learn and grow, the complexities of gender identity will someday be better understood, helping us create a more inclusive and accepting world.